You think you're being yourself, but are you really? Or are you just playing a role that feels safer? Most people think being authentic just means being yourself. But what does that even mean when you don't really know who yourself is anymore? When you've been rejected, ghosted, or told to just be confident, authenticity starts sounding like one of those empty internet words that don't actually help. But here's the truth. Authenticity isn't about being comfortable. It's about being real, even when it's uncomfortable. Think about it. Most of us learn to perform from an early age. You put on a version of yourself that fits the room. With friends, you're funny and relaxed. With women, you suddenly become a version of yourself you barely recognize. Overthinking every sentence, trying to sound clever, funny, or mysterious, you think, if I say the right thing, she'll like me. But deep down, you know that when you're trying to be liked, you stop being real. And that's the problem. People don't connect with perfect. They connect with what feels human. You've probably noticed that the most charismatic people are rarely the most impressive. They're the most present. They make you feel seen. They listen. They speak like they mean it, not like they're reciting a script in their head. That's what authenticity really is. The courage to show up without the mask, without the performance, without the filter that says, don't mess this up. But if it's so powerful, it creates emotional safety. Let's look at it from another angle. Imagine you're on a first date. You're nervous, trying to remember advice like, keep eye contact, ask interesting questions. Don't talk too much about yourself. You're so focused on not messing up that you forget to actually enjoy the moment. Now imagine something different. You decide to drop the act. You stop trying to be the version of yourself that women like. You ask questions you genuinely care about. You laugh at your own mistakes. You don't hide your nerves. You own them. Something shifts. The conversation feels lighter, more real. She starts opening up too. That's the power of authenticity. It disarms the tension and creates connection. But authenticity isn't about oversharing or dumping your life story on someone you just met. It's about alignment. The words you say, the tone you use, and the energy behind them all match. There's no split between what you think, what you say, and what you feel. And that alignment makes you magnetic. People are drawn to those who seem comfortable in their own skin. But comfort doesn't mean perfection. It means acceptance. You've accepted that. You're not everyone's type, not everyone will like you, and that's okay. When you stop needing every conversation to go well, you finally start enjoying them. Here's the crazy part. Authenticity is contagious. The more real you are, the more real other people become around you. It's like emotional permission. When you're not pretending, they don't feel like they have to pretend either. That's when the best conversations happen, the kind that make hours feel like minutes. But how do you actually become more authentic? First, you have to recognize your masks. Most people wear at least 3. 1, the performer, always trying to impress. This is the person who's constantly thinking, am I doing this right? They measure their worth by reactions. 2, the defender, afraid to be vulnerable. They stay guarded, sarcastic, or emotionally distant to avoid getting hurt. 3, the pleaser, terrified of rejection. They say what others want to hear, even when it's not true. We all have parts of these inside us. Authenticity doesn't mean killing them. It means noticing them and choosing differently. So next time you're in a conversation, do a quick mental check. Am I trying to impress or to connect? Something most people don't realize. Authenticity is not the opposite of strategy. You can still be intentional. You can still think about your tone, your posture, your words. The difference is that it's guided by honesty, not manipulation. Let's take an example. You're talking to someone you find attractive. Instead of saying what you think will impress them, try saying what you actually feel. Something as simple as, I'm a little nervous right now, but this conversation is really nice, can be more powerful than any rehearsed line. It's real. And real always cuts through the noise. There's also a deeper layer to this. Authenticity builds self-trust. Every time you act in alignment with what you really think and feel, you strengthen that inner voice that says, I've got this. You stop betraying yourself for approval. And over time, that becomes your confidence. Not fake confidence that depends on outcomes. Real confidence that comes from knowing you'll be fine no matter how the conversation goes. That's why authenticity works not just in dating, but in life. At work, when you stop pretending to agree just to avoid conflict, people start respecting you more. With friends, when you're honest about how you feel instead of playing it cool, the connection deepens. Even online, when creators drop the performance and speak from experience, audiences feel it immediately. It's all the same principle. People crave what's real because they're surrounded by fake. You've probably noticed it on social media. The filters, the curated smiles, the motivational quotes that feel hollow. Everyone's performing, but everyone's tired of performing. The moment someone says something raw and unfiltered, it cuts through. It feels alive. That's what authenticity does. It reminds us we're human. But let's be honest, it's not always easy. Being real means risking disapproval. It means some people won't get you, some will misunderstand you, and yes, it might hurt. But every time you hide your truth to please someone else, you lose a piece of yourself. So ask yourself, what's worse? Being disliked for who you are, or being liked for who you're not? The most magnetic people in the world aren't the ones who try to be everything to everyone. They're the ones who have the courage to stand in their truth, calmly, unapologetically, without needing permission. You can feel it when you meet someone like that. Their presence feels grounded. Their words carry weight because they come from a place of honesty. They don't try to be impressive, and yet they are. That's the irony. The less you try to impress, the more impressive you become. So how do you start living this truth? Start small. Be honest in one conversation today, even if it's uncomfortable. Say, I don't know when you don't know. Admit when you're nervous. Compliment someone genuinely, not strategically. These moments seem small, but they rebuild your relationship with truth. Because authenticity isn't a switch you flip. It's a muscle you strengthen. And as it grows, you'll notice something subtle but powerful. Your social anxiety starts fading. Your need to prove yourself softens. The pressure you used to feel around others dissolves. You stop trying to earn connection and start allowing it. That's when you realize authenticity isn't just about how you talk to others. It's how you talk to yourself. When you start being real about what you want, what you feel, and what scares you, life stops feeling like a performance and starts feeling like yours again. And maybe that's the whole point. Being authentic isn't the final goal. It's the starting point for everything real. Relationships, confidence, purpose, they all begin where pretending ends. So next time someone tells you to just be yourself, don't roll your eyes. Take it as an invitation, not to perform a version of you that feels safe, but to show up as the messy, curious, evolving human you already are. Because that's where the magic actually happens. If you've ever wondered why being authentic works, it's simple. When you're real, people can finally see you. And that's the only thing they were looking for all along.